Hey everybody, welcome to MAP Sports 12-week off-season hitting program. My name's Jody. I'm going to bring you through a quick introduction and we're going to go right into the content, but I wanted to first thank you for getting this program. This is a program that I did in an extended version when I was a pro. And this is the first thing that I want you guys to remember is this is something that I did specifically every single day for our off seasons. This is baseball and softball related. You can use them for either sport. What you're going to see in this video is that you're going to see 6 videos, one for every 2 weeks. So we'll do one video for every 2 weeks. They're laid out very simply, and each program is going to be a minimum of 1 time per week. Usually with team training, you have about 1 time per week, but you can do this program for up to 5 days a week. So if you've got a player, perhaps it's your son who's just very, very into it and wants to really, really supercharge his off-season benefits, well, go ahead and do that Monday through Friday. Take the weekends off. It's usually a good way to do it. Monday through Friday is a good way of doing it. If you want to use those weekend days, Saturday, Sunday, take off some of those weekdays too, but that's a good way of doing it. Each video is going to be very simply laid out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at mental goal impressions, or MIGIs. These are visualizations, guided visualizations from me for your players. You don't do this for very long. They're about 5 minutes in length. It's an additional package. It is not included in the 12 weeks. So if you did get that mental goal impression package, congratulations. You are going to get your teams mentally strengthened during this off season as well. So we're going to start every day with a mental goal impression. If you didn't get that package, you're going to go right into your T work or your pre-T work. In the beginning, there's some pre-T exercises that we're going to ask you to do. You're going to go from that right into the T sequence. It's going to be longer in the beginning of the program, much, much shorter as the program goes on, very, very quickly. In fact, that drops down. But you must have your players at or close to game speed in their efforts. The T is not a workout warm-up mechanism. It is work. So you want people to come in immediately and get their work immediately at or close to game speed. Now, why do I harp on that so much in our programs here with MAP? Well, it's because when you don't work your body and your central nervous system at or close to game speed, and then you ask your body to go at a pace in games that you haven't practiced yet, games become practiced at a different speed. And if you have not tried, at the very least, been in that mental capacity to try at that game speed level, you're never going to be able to match a game's adrenaline directly in a cage. You can get pretty close. And what we're seeking to do is to be able to get enough reps at that game speed level so that when the game starts, it's a little bit closer to what you've been practicing. It'll feel a lot more natural to you. However, if our players are geared to play practice at 50 or 60 or 70%, and then we ask them to go at 80 or 90 or 100% in games, guess what? They're not going to be able to repeat their swings because all of a sudden this is at a speed at which we haven't practiced. So this is a very, very important point. Make sure that you are on your players to be at or close to game speed in their T sequences and then in their flips later as well. You're going to have an optional exercise time. We're going to give you a subset of options based on how your team hits. You're going to be able to choose one of a handful of options and additional hitting exercises you can do on the tee and then later in front flip fashion with the ball moving to get your players' advancement in their dexterity a little bit more improved, a little bit more sharpened as the off season goes on. And then later we're going to be doing front flips at that point. Early on, no. But later we're going to be doing front flips, and we're going to end with what we call the line drive contest. Really simply, it is an exercise that takes about 10 minutes. You can break your teams into 2, and it's a really good team building exercise to end every single day in the off season. So you get the teams broken up. You can compete, and we'll show you how to do that later. But we're real excited to have you, and we'll see you over here in a second with a further explanation.